Okay, so to kind of get this thing started, I am going to be taking down my Halloween decorations. And yes, I keep my Halloween decorations up well into Thanksgiving. And usually once I put out my Christmas stuff, that's when I go and take all of it down. So on this day, I am going through and just taking all the things that I don't want to keep up because I am going for more of a spooky Christmas this year. I wanted to try to incorporate some of my Halloween decorations into everything that I'm going to be doing for Christmas. So I hope you guys enjoy just kind of seeing me take all these stuff out, and we'll kind of see what I end up with at the end of the video. Now, I would have to say that this is my least favorite thing to take down. I just really enjoyed all the DIYs that I did for this, and it was really sad to kind of see it go. But I am hoping that when I do all these Christmas DIYs, it's going to be just as fulfilling and make me happy as the Halloween ones did. So I'm hoping that I can just get together all the DIYs and just make something really nice and something that I'll be happy to put up year after year. So finally, at this point, this is all that I have gotten. I've gotten the pumpkins from the front of my house, and then all the other decor. It really only ended up being about one bin's worth of stuff, but I definitely will probably take some more stuff out as I start decorating. But for now, this is what I have going into this first day of taking things out. And these 3 bins here are my Christmas supplies, so I will be going through that next to be putting everything out. Alright guys, so I am not going to pretend like this hasn't been 1 or 2 weeks since I last pulled this stuff out, and as you can see, there's some extra stuff in here. In that time I was making things. I ended up making these duct tape bows that are kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas style. And I got this idea from somebody else on YouTube, and I'll post their stuff over here or wherever it is that they posted at. But I made quite a few of those. I made 6 of them. I have some ones that are like the initial ones I made that weren't that great. So I went in and really followed her directions, and they came out a lot better. So I have those. I also made some other things that I will show you in a second. But when it comes to getting this stuff out of its bins and out into the house, I have been procrastinating on that, and I'm not completely sure why, but today is the day. We're getting this stuff out. I have some other DIYs that I want to get to, and for me, I can't do that until I get this stuff out of its bins. So I'm going to go through all of this stuff and see what I have, because there's some DIYs that are kind of dependent on them, like these bows. I'm going to do something similar to what the person did in the video, and I have to see what I have first, and can't really do that if all of it's still in the box. So come along with me as I kind of go through this stuff and push through whatever is going on with me that is preventing me from doing this up until now. Well, to get into these bins, I'm going to have to move these bows out of the way and everything else that's up here. Okay, so these are the original bows that I was making. That they came out okay, but they're just kind of flat. But yeah, the other ones came out a lot better. I'll probably use these inside the house, but not quite sure. This one, I want to put it up here. Actually, no, these are the same color, so maybe not. I'll figure out. This one is made out of metal, and it is so heavy. I always worry about putting it up because I don't want it to fall down and hurt somebody, because this is dangerous. So one thing that I have decided for this year is I'm going to be putting my tree back up here. I am going to be doing the big one this year instead of the smaller one. So I need to get all of this stuff out of the way so I can get it back into the garage and out of my way. So I have these, and I got them from Target a few years back, and I forgot to take the batteries out of them one of the years, and some of them don't work, so I don't know which ones work and which ones don't. So I need to go through that and see which ones do and don't work, so that I can probably either put them outside or put them in my window. I haven't quite decided on that, but we'll see once we actually gone through it and see which ones actually work and which ones don't. Here I have those ornaments. I have the other ones in my room, so I need to grab those so I can put them on the tree. This is our tree skirt. I don't know if I'm going to use this one or this one that we have. This is like a metal one, and it's just two halves that you put together. And then we have the skirt. So I'll try both of them out and see which one I prefer. I think I might go with the black one, but I think I also want to do some type of DIY to make it look a little more spooky, but I haven't decided on what that will be or even if I'll be able to get to it, but it's in the list of things I want to do. All right, let's open up this first bin and see what we have to work with. Okay, so I have a couple of the wood houses and this tree. Let's see, I think this might be good on the shelf over here. So let me reposition you guys so that you can kind of see that part. All right, I hope you guys can see this area well enough. I am going to take these down, probably put them somewhere else. We have these little pandas and I really want to move them somewhere else, but I need to do a certain DIY before I can do that. Okay, this is the star for the tree. I will set this aside because we don't have the tree out yet. All right, so I have some bottle brush trees. Not quite sure where I'm gonna put those, but I have two different types, plus the ones I bought in my haul. So I have these, and then I have these, which I'm not a huge fan of the way they were made. They just don't quite hold up well, and then the color's really weird. But I mean, they don't look bad, they just are different than what I thought they were gonna be. So that kind of frustrates me. So I try to make sure if I put these out, I don't put them with the other ones, because that just, it just bothers me, and I can't handle them being together like that. But that set did come with like a lot of them. So I have quite a few of them. The thing about the way they were packaged is like some of them get like really smushed up, like this one here. It looks so sad. Like, why? That's one of the other reasons why I don't like them. And then whatever they use for this is like, it feels really weird. It kind of feels like there's like some type of dust or powder on it. And it kind of reminds me of when you have like really dry hair and then you run your finger over the strand. That's what it feels like to me. And I just don't like that. I guess I'm just going to be taking things out and putting them on my table until I decide on where they're going. These are one of my favorites. They have glitter, and of course glitter flakes off and gets everywhere, but I love them so. And this one doesn't have the lights, but I do have some that do, and I'll probably do the same with that this year as well. This looks like it's a bit fragile, and there's some loose pieces. Okay. This. Can't tell. I think this is fine. This I used on my coffee table the last few years. I will probably continue using this for my coffee table. I can't think of anywhere else I would want to put it, but we'll see if it ends up there or not. Oh gosh, the pieces are just like falling off. So I'm going to have to go in there with some floral wire and put a bunch of these pieces back in there so that it's not going all over the place. So these were a cute idea, but the lights that they have in here are practically non-existent. Like you could barely tell, like it has to be like pitch dark for you to even know that the lights are in here. So I'm a little disappointed in those. Oh geez, didn't know I could twist this off, so I might be able to change it out for some better lights. That's actually pretty cool. This is the garland that I usually put on my fireplace. I'm thinking I might put this outside this year with the bows. And of course I'm going to have to go in here and do some floral wire for all of this because it's just not holding up. But I have those two pieces and maybe do something different for the fireplace. I have another one of these that doesn't have anything on it. Oh, I hope I don't have to go back to the store to get more. I guess I think they call them picks to put in here to make it look better. Well, I have a couple of these. Maybe I can put one in here. Do I want just one? Maybe two. I think these do bend a little bit, so I have to be careful. There we go. It's like a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Okay, I do remember these. And I think I got these from Joann. And I was so upset that they were almost out of... No, this might have been Target. It was either Target or Joann. I don't remember at this point. But I like these. But they did not have like as many as I wanted to have. I'm going to probably put these up on the fireplace. Or, no, I'm going to put them on the fireplace. So that'll go onto the mantle. Now we're coming up to some of my ornaments. So I got a couple of bags of ornaments. And, oh, I have a little headband in here. So maybe we'll rock this for the rest of the day. I like this one because, I know I'm kind of going off, but I like this one because it actually sings. So I have one of the swags I created, and there should be more in here somewhere, but I think I'm going to take this and put it outside with the bows that I have, and hopefully that looks really good and gives a nice little look. It does have some flocking on there, so I'm not sure about that with the rain, but also don't really use these like I used to, so we'll see. But let me leave that in the bag so it doesn't get all over the place. I have these little triangles as well, which are really cool. I have 3 of those, and then I have 4 of the other ones. So I usually stack these up on the fireplace mantle, so that those kind of give it a nice cool look. And I usually put them with the some of the wood houses that I have, which I have coming up next. So I got all of these from Target. So they had a bunch of different ones that you could pick from. I think there was like 4 different packs, or 2. There were like 2 or 3 different packs that you could choose from. So I got a couple of those, and I did have to go to a couple of different Targets to even get these because they were selling out. These were in that front section, the dollar section that they have. And I believe they were $5 each at the time, but I don't think they've done them again since then. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. I think I might use these in the window, but it's just like, it's kind of like crackled glass, and then they have a little light on the inside of them. And then it's battery powered. This one does have a timer, so if I do battery powered ones, I always like to get the ones that have the timer on it. That way I can kind of just set it and forget it, and then all I have to really do is just change out the batteries once they die. Oh, so I have a bunch of these stars. Now, the previous year, honestly, this has probably been like 3 years now, 4 years now. I have bought some. I spray painted some of them gold and then did this kind of detailing that it has on here where they have like the dark spots in there. And I did that and I put them up on my wall, and my wall is like blue, so it kind of looks like a starry night, and I've just left that up. That has not changed. Whoops. So that has not changed, and I think I might add a few more. It's not a whole lot of space, but I think I'm going to spread these out so that they are in other spots as well. So I have a stack of those. I think, how many are there? I have 10 of those. So we'll see where they end up. I have this snow globe, which I really want to do something else kind of similar to the potion that I did for Halloween, but I don't know like what that will look like or how that is even possible. But I have noticed that they have these snow globes that have like little fans on the inside, and I'm trying to see if somebody has a DIY for that. It's because I have the motors that could work for it. But if not, I'll see like what options they have, and maybe that might be something I do for next year. Who knows? Okay. Oh, this I was like so proud of, and I did like a little DIY to kind of hang this up. And I usually put this by my mirror, but it was like a cool little DIY that I kind of did. I had the wreaths that were kind of already made, and all I did was just put a ribbon in between them and connected them with some ornaments. There we go. And I put some bows up here, and it was a nice little kind of look, and I just like hang this up on the wall. Really simple. I'll probably do the exact same with that. Other than that, I might like pair it with like one of the bows and put it up and do something like that. Maybe. We'll see. I guess gotta get a better look and kind of decide on what I'm going to do with that. Oh, don't mind me here, just having a whole 20-minute conversation with you guys without having my mic on and not realizing it the whole time until the very end once I've finished pretty much the whole mantle. But I just want to leave this clip in here so you can see a little bit of the process of me getting all of this together, and then at the end we'll kind of pick up for where I left off and actually remembered to have my mic. This whole time, I've been sitting up here talking to you guys. No sound whatsoever. Forgot to turn it back on. So, as you can see, I've done this mantle, and it looks nice. So, what I was trying to tell you guys a second ago was I have some garland that we just kind of didn't have a space for a few years ago when I last put it up. So I'm going to take that and put it up over here, but I had to get my hammer first, and I need to get some nails so that I can hammer a spot for it actually to hang at. So I have to see what I can do there. I also have to get my taller ladder because I'm short and can't reach it. So give me a second while I kind of set that up, and then I will come back with you guys as I'm doing it. All right, so I have gone ahead and put in 2 nails on either side, and I've put up this garland. This is the first one I want to try there. I have another one that I can use instead if I choose to, but I wanted to see how this one looked because it's a little more full than the other one. So I'm hoping that it looks okay, but I did realize that the way they made these leaves, I can't do them in opposite directions because it just looks really pale on the other side. You see the underside of it. So I'm going to have to flip it this way so the leaves are going up, because I don't believe I can bend it so that they're going the opposite way. So we're going to go with the other one that is a little more light. I have to take a second to see if I can find the other piece of it though. So I'm pretty sure I have 2 of them. And this is just meant to go that way. Ugh, that would have looked really nice though. Well, that's actually kind of disappointing. These are the two pieces. So it's not as much as I thought I had. So let's see if this will even work at all. I mean, one good thing about it is it has little loops in there so you can connect multiple pieces together. So I might be able to just get that to hook on the nails that I have there. Okay, that'll be much better. Because then it'll actually hold it up. Living life dangerously over here, guys. Don't do like me. Okay. Okay. I like the way that looks a lot better than the other one. I just wish the other one... I wish this one was longer, honestly. I would like to drop down to at least where the mantle is. Looks like we're good. I just need to figure out what lights I want to kind of string throughout these houses. All right, so I have gone searching through all my stuff and I do not have any lights that I want to use in that specific area. So I will probably buy some fairy lights and get those going in there. Because right now all I have are like some green and white ones and some purple ones in the kind of pattern that I would like to do. So I am going to place an order on Amazon for that. So we'll be coming back to that. But this is pretty much all I'm going to do here. I don't think there's anything else I want to put up there. We can move on to some of the other areas, which there's not really much left. But I do have quite a few things that I still need to put up. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. Okay, so I kind of got a little started here. But all I did was move the stuff that was off of... all I did was move the Halloween stuff that I had on here. I'm leaving the skulls. And I'm going to be adding this onto this piece here. And I guess I'll have to move some of this out of the way so I can get it in there nicely. Okay, I got that there. And I'm going to put my dragon here with the little light. And then I'll put the reindeer here on the other side. I may do something like this for the skulls here, but that's going to be a DIY that I'm going to have to do in another video. Or just do it on the side and then kind of show you guys what it looks like afterwards. But I think that looks pretty good. This I will end up painting at some point so that it looks a little cooler and not so like one-dimensional. So all of these decor kind of look like one-dimensional, so adding a little paint can actually bring out the depths in there so that you can see it a little more. Honestly, there's not much else I'm going to be doing here, so this is good for now. I'm going to see if there's anything I can put onto this bookshelf and the floating shelf over here in this next corner, so we can go over to that now. So I decided to take these and put it on the coffee table. I'm putting it on either side of that tray that I have in the center back of it. So nothing too spectacular is going on there. I do have this, which was actually one of the Christmas things I got previous years, but I'm going to try to put some of the other stuff I have. Let's see. Honestly, don't have a whole lot. I have another one of these trees that I can use. I think yeah, I can put it there. I think I'm gonna grab one of the other ones from the other shelf from earlier and put it on the other side on that shelf next to the creepy sign. Yeah, I like that. Let's go swap it with this one. Need something up here. Let's see. What do I have? I know one thing I can do. And I might need to get like a piece of wood so that I can just have them all easily. And this might be one of those things where I just put a little snow. Okay, maybe not. I don't know if I'm liking this. Maybe if I bundle some of the trees together, it'll work. Yeah, I'm gonna need to like attach those to a piece of wood so that they can go up there a lot easier than what they're doing now. I feel like I need something like along each shelf to make it look interesting. So that's an idea. Not sure what it's gonna be, but it's an idea. And I have a taller one that I'm probably gonna put up here in place of something. Maybe I'll just place, yeah, I'll place that in here. And then there we go. I feel like it needs some lights, but of course I still need to buy those lights. So nothing there for now. Yeah, I do like these here. I think what I might do is get like a piece of wood, put those trees on there, and then put little skulls on there. That seems like a good idea. That way it brings in the spooky and the Christmas. Yeah, I like that. So I actually do have some wood for that, so I can piece that together. Let's see. Is there something else? All I'm seeing is like all my Halloween stuff is I need to paint so that it looks more 3D. Everything looks so like dull. It just looks dirty instead of, I don't know, dimensional. I have another like pine garland and I think I'm gonna put that up over here. Here, I'm just gonna put some more trees and I'm probably gonna end up having to do the exact same thing for that. So there's not much I can do with it right now, aside from just taking down some of the stuff I'm not gonna keep up there. Leave you there and I'll take you down. So I can probably move this up here, which gives a little more space. Rearrange this stuff. And then I like this because it lights up like a little neon sign. That's one thing about the lighting is just like everything has its own different tone. Like some light, some dark, some whatever. All right, so I'm at a point where most of the other stuff that I want to put out is going to be DIY stuff. So we can actually go on over to our Christmas tree and actually decorate that, put that up. So I got to clear out these bins and move them out of the way so that I can kind of get that tree and do that. Yay. All right, so now after a lunch break, I am ready to take our Christmas tree out. So I still have the box that it came in. And we actually got this tree from our sister-in-law, so free. It's always the best way to get it. All right, so we have that. Well, let's place this down ahead of time so that we can see if we want this or something else. I probably could have waited on this, but I was just thinking I want to get it on so it's a lot easier to deal with. But I definitely ended up getting the little pine needles stuck all over this thing and had to take it off, shake it off, vacuum it, and then put it back on. this should be the bottom. I hope. Here we go. And then it has the connectors right here. Let's get the next tier. Should be this one. Oh, these pieces are heavier than I remember them being. Honestly, putting up the tree, my least favorite thing is fluffing it, because to fit it in the box, you have to like smush everything together, and then taking it out, you have to unsmush it. Sometimes I forget how big this thing is. Get these all plugged up, and then we can see if all the lights work, which I'm hoping it does. It should, but you never know. Now it has been 3 years since I last put this tree up. So let's see. Let's plug this bad boy in. And yes, it does work. And one thing I like about this tree is it also has this as an option. I remember like when I was younger, I had a tree like this, but instead of cycling through the colors, it had the rainbow colors, but instead you could cycle through songs that it played. And I think it had like Jingle Bells and a couple of other ones, but I remember that tree. And when I saw the button that came with this tree, I thought it did that same thing, but it doesn't. And I don't even know if my mom still has that tree, but I'm guessing she doesn't, because she's never been that big on Christmas. I was typically the one who decorated for Christmas, but I wonder if they still kind of make those trees or not. I just kind of wanted to tell that story. But now it's time to go through the process of fluffing this thing. And this is going to take a while. I'll show a little bit of it, but the rest of it, I'm not even going to bother having you guys watch me do that whole part. Okay, so I am about to finish up this top of the tree. So I wanted to bring you guys back in. And what I tried to do with the branches, I guess, is curve them upwards. So all the ones except for these have been kind of done. These, they're just coming straight out. They don't drop down like the other ones. So I'm just kind of pointing them upwards still until I get to the very top. Usually there's like a couple at the very top that I will kind of bend over so that I can get the star on top of that. Ooh, our star is almost too tall. Bring these down. And put the star in there like that. And then I'm just going to take the wire and kind of bring it down throughout the tree so you don't necessarily see it. So the only thing I don't like about this tree is like with the lights, the way they connect. This has to go all the way down through the tree and connect to the power cord. So that's the only way this connects, which kind of sucks. All right, well, the tree is together, the star is up, and everything looks pretty good. I just got to figure out what to do with that cable so that it's not just like hanging. And that's the only thing that I have to worry about. But after I get that figured out, we can go ahead and start actually putting on the ornaments and stuff on there. And you guys can kind of see what's going on. All right, so I have got the power cable in there securely. And now I'm taking this cotton fabric that I had, and honestly, I think it's a little wider than I would want it to be, but I don't feel like going through and changing it up or cutting it thinner. So I'm trying to space this out in the tree, and I always seem to have problems with this because it never quite goes where I want it to. but I needed to add a little more white into the tree. So I am going to try to place this in here, and I'm trying to do it a little more inset so it's not just like out and about hanging off the tree, because I feel like that gives a better look, because then I can just hide the ornaments around and behind it. I get this ladder so that I can get this top area, and then that should be it. Okay, so these are some of our strange ornaments. Some of them I have made, and then others I have found in different spots. All right, so the next bag I have are more specialized ornaments. This is one I made for Yoshi. So you can see that, and I even put the year that I made this. I believe this was the first year we had him, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but yeah. So now I'll have to make one for Phoenix. We'll put that close by the other one that represents him. And the rest of these doesn't really matter where they go, as long as they're on here somewhere. There's like a whole side of this tree that looks kind of bare because I haven't put any ornaments on it. There comes a point where you're like putting ornaments on the tree and you're like trying to find space, but there's not really any space. So you're just like, well, it's just gonna go here. It's like you want to try to space them out as much as possible when you're first starting, and then after a point you just start throwing stuff anywhere just to kind of balance out the colors or something like that. I didn't realize that it had cut off at some point. So I have just 3 more left, and I'm going to put these towards the top. Hopefully I can find a few spots. And then I have some black ornaments that I want to use for something else a little bit later. I just got to figure out what I'm going to be doing with them. But let's see, where is this last one going to go? Maybe here. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you going along with me as I decorate using some of my decor that I had from previous years, and I hope you guys join in as I do some more DIYs and try to spookify everything else. So I will see you guys in the next one, but before I go, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of the spookiness that I incorporate into my Christmas decorations, and leave comments down below telling me about your holidays and what you'd like to do.